My name is Andrew, and today I want to talk about how to help someone who's going through a flashback. I have my notes over here, so if I look to the side, that is why. Remember that these are just guidelines, but I hope that you will get something out of this video, so without further ado, please enjoy. So the first thing to remember about helping someone with a flashback is that it all depends on the person and the trauma that they've been through. Try and have a conversation with the person in question beforehand. Ask what helps, ask what doesn't. A lot of the time, if you simply assume things, that can make flashbacks worse. For example, if someone has trauma around being touched on their arm for some reason, and you try and touch their arm because you think it will help and you want to give them reassurance, which is totally well intentioned, that could trigger them more and that could make the flashback a lot worse. Remember, different traumas can have different triggers that might not make sense to you, but to that person in that moment it probably does make a lot of sense to their brain. It's also very important to listen to someone's language, both verbal and non-verbal. For example, using the example from before, if you go and touch someone and they flinch away from you, that is a clear non-verbal communication that they don't want to be touched. It's good to respect that because, again, you might not know their triggers, and even if you think something might help, if someone tells you not to do something, trust that they know what will help and they know their triggers probably better than you do. Dad, I'm filming!
It's lovely to see you and hear from you again as well.
I was interrupted by father coming back from the shops. Okay, where were we? If someone is not a risk to themselves and they tell you to leave them alone, I would advise that you probably do. Being overwhelmed, having someone there, feeling some kind of expectation to act a certain way, that's a trigger for us, and we know it's a trigger for many other people regardless of what their trauma is. If they're a system, particularly a system with a lot of fictives or alters from fictional sources, or just alters that have exo-memories in general, exo-memories are memories that are not of the body but they feel real to that alter, then you could always ask source or body flashback. Source being the thing that they came from, the thing that they were based off of. If it is a source flashback, that is a flashback to exo-memories, which is often in our experience still tied to the body's experiences, but may be wrapped up in different people, different situation, but the same feelings, the same fears. If it is a source flashback and you don't know their source, there isn't really much that you can do with specific soothing. If it is a body flashback that is something that has happened in the body's life, you can ask more specifics like, what are you feeling right now? What are you seeing right now? But if someone does not want to answer, do not push them. That will only make the situation worse. Now, if you know more specifics about the situation, tailored words to comfort them, like, they're not in your life anymore, they're gone, they're not going to hurt you anymore, they're not going to violate your boundaries anymore, can help a lot. If you don't really know specifically what kind of thing triggered the flashback or what the flashback is to, use general phrases like, you're safe now, you're not in danger anymore, I'm here, I love you. Emphasising safety and reassurance is very important. It also might help to simplify your language, not in a way that's babying someone, but when someone is in the midst of a flashback, it can be very hard to understand more complicated topics, at least it is for us, and it also is for a lot of other people that we know. One of my last points is don't get frustrated. I know it can be so scary when someone is having a flashback. They may be yelling, they may be screaming or crying, they might be completely out of it, they might not be able to respond to anything you're saying, they might not really be able to hear you, or your words might not really get through to them. But it's important to try and stay calm. Also, tone is everything. For example, saying, it was 2 years ago, you're fine now, is a lot better than saying, it was 2 years ago, you're fine now. Because the former, is reassuring and the latter is belittling to their experiences. Trauma fundamentally alters your brain chemistry. It fundamentally alters the way that you are able to process memories. This isn't someone trying to remember an event, this is someone being forcibly and often unwillingly, the only time I can think of it would be in a controlled therapy session, unwillingly dragged back into an extremely traumatic memory which is causing them a lot of distress. Above everything, please be kind. I think that's all for this video. I hope that this helped someone. I know our schedule's been a bit off lately, but since it is our holidays, we are going to try and upload a bit more consistently. It was very nice filming my first video. Everyone, have a good day and make sure to keep safe. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.